Coming up on this program, we show you how to get connected. Find out how to choose an internet service provider. Discover the newest form of communication, electronic mail.
Ways down and ready to ride. One by one, billion by billion, and holding up half the sky. Raise your hand if you're ready and willing, if you know it's time. Time for a girl on time. Time for a girl on time. Time for a
Hello, hello, hello. Hi, Christy. I'm here. I'm here. Don't fear. I am here. I forgot my drink, which I'll have to go get here in a second, but I am here. I was indeed waiting for a message from my lover that never came. Hi, Felicia. Hi, Bill. How are you feeling? Hope you're doing well. I hope everybody's doing well, in fact. Aw, NPC, you're so sweet. Honestly, I was wearing sweatpants about 10 minutes ago, and then I was like, you know what? The people deserve better. They deserve better. So, let's go, girl. Anyways, so I've been working. You're still testing positive, okay. I've been working very hard today. I work very hard every day, but I've been very, very, very busy today getting us so much different court. Hi, Brooklyn. And this one is a unique case. We'll start with the title case in case some of y'all are thumbnail lovers and then Paisley haters. Maybe it's your first time here. Hi, my name's Paisley. We love to watch court in my home. Lover break my heart. Don't worry, Runaway Lions. It's in my mind. It's a figment of my imagination, the relationship that I have. And that is evidenced by so much. Anyways, I really do hope that everybody is well. I need to go get my Coca-Cola. It's in the fridge. It's cooling off in there, which is where I should probably be, cooling off somewhere. But instead, I'm in here watching court with y'all, which is actually more fun. I will let you know, I'm trying to figure out how to put this together, and I'm sure other YouTubers will, but there was a case today. I mean, I got like a 5-hour case yesterday, and I got like a 3-hour case today. Plus, we still have that other 2.5-hour case. We got a lot of long cases to be dealing with. I have to frickin' deal with it, you know? Anyways, speaking of dealing with it, let's get over to this case. What did we call it? We called it this. Get your fat face off the screen. Also, I've got some weed. What kind of weed is it? I didn't even look at the label. Sweet Berry Kush. It was the cheapest weed they had. No, actually, I can't smoke the absolute cheapest weed. I have some standards.
Good morning.
Oh, hi, Judge.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning, Your Honor.
All right, I had some issues with my Zoom cooperating this morning.
All good, bro. I'm gonna grab my pop. Can you just handle this for a sec?
Okay, are the parties ready?
Yes.
I guess so. We were waiting till I came back, Judge. Come on now. I have my Coca-Cola. Hi, Bob. Okay, now we're ready. I'll get out of your face, Judge. Sorry. I'll go in the middle here. Ish. If we're ready, I'll begin.
Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor.
This is in the District Court of Ellis County, Kansas. Case number 20 DM 128. Ivy Agnew and Roger Agnew. May I have an announcement of appearances, please?
Honor Colton Eikenberry of Hayes, appearing as counsel of record for Ivy Agnew.
Your Honor, Roger Agnew appearing pro se.
Ivy Agnew, appearing.
Yes. Okay, we had continued from the last hearing. We had Mr. Agnew's motion for contempt. Are you wanting to pursue that yet, Mr. Agnew?
I am, Your Honor, but I think we have some other things we have to address prior to getting to that point.
Okay. What is that?
We still have the issue about Ms. Agnew's counsel, and so without having resolved that, I don't know if we can coherently continue to argue the contempt issue.
Okay. There's also an issue regarding your income withholding order.
Yes, Your Honor.
And have you been making your child support payments?
I have not made any payments at this time.
Why not?
I need the new order, Your Honor.
Well, you don't need an income withholding order. That's put in place to help you, but your obligation is to make your payments. You need
Understood, Your Honor.
You need to be making your payments. You don't have to wait for the income withholding order. Okay? Okay, on the issue of counsel, Ms. Agnew, you filed a motion to represent yourself pro se. At the time we had the hearing to allow you and the children to move to Bulgaria, it was with the clear understanding of the court that you would still have a local counsel that Mr. Agnew and or the court could work through, because it's very difficult, almost impossible to serve you with things in Bulgaria. You need local counsel so that this can be dealt with. These issues that pop up need to be dealt with. Okay? And you assured the court that you'd have the financial wherewithal with your new job to have counsel. What has changed?
So my residency took longer to get approved through the Bulgarian government. They're a little bit slower. So that isn't actually coming until next week. Until that comes in, I'm not able to legally work. So I've had to live these last 3 months off of our savings and make all of this work on top of us not receiving child support in over a year. Our finances are strained. I will be able to begin work very soon, but thus far I have not been able to gain any revenue. I also, when I reread it, I had thought that outlined that I needed it to complete the income withholding order. And I was not aware that I needed to retain counsel for the next 12 years. I have tried, and I can continue to try to find alternative counsel. Thus far, the responses we've gotten are, we won't take the case, the international case, or they want retainers that I can't afford at this moment.
Mr. Eikenberry.
Honor, I guess I should give the court a little bit of background about what has transpired without going too far and breaking any kind of attorney-client privilege. But I provided a child support worksheet to my client January 3, and the next and only correspondence I ever got back was that she was not going to use my services any longer and wanted to end our attorney-client relationship. She advised she was upset that I had actually had communication with Mr. Agnew after that point. Since that day, we have had absolutely no correspondence from Ms. Agnew. And I would simply state, Your Honor, that our attorney-client relationship is broken and completed as per my client's instruction. So I really am not serving any purpose any longer here, as we are not communicating.
And Miss Agnew, and I know you've remarried. What is your new name?
I still have Agnew as my legal last name for legal documents.
Miss Agnew, you understand you need to have local counsel. Okay, that was a requirement of allowing you and the children to go to Bulgaria. Okay. What I'm going to do at this point is place you and Mr. Eikenberry in a breakout room and let you talk and see if you can resolve this issue. Okay,
Okay.
so Jess, if you would put Mr. Eikenberry and Miss Agnew in a breakout room.
And away they go to a breakout room to discuss this case. Now, please keep in mind, she didn't abscond to Bulgaria. She went there with the court's permission. But, OG Sean White, you've got perfect timing. You got a 32% hybrid. You wish you could smoke with me? Oh, I wish you could too. Oh, one day maybe we can all have a meetup. Somewhere legal. Oh, wouldn't that be fun? Thank you. So my brain, I'm not sure exactly how long of this case, like how long I realized until I was like, wait, I'm recording a recording. So I can zippity-doo-dah ahead of this. Hi, American Courts. Nice to see you. But there we go. Paisley of the past. Oh, while I've got you guys here, please hit the like button and subscribe if you're not already subscribed. We are actually, like, I think really close to 2,500
Okay.
subscribers. Oh, Judge, hold on, hon. I'm just in the
Miss
middle of my
I-
little spiel. So we're close to 2,500 subscribers within, I think, 10 subscribers. So if you can, go ahead and subscribe. And let's see how they got along in the breakout room. You know, I want a breakout room. I never get a breakout room. We always get left behind. Hi, Chris.
Ivy, you've had time to talk with Mr. Eikenberry in the breakout room.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Have you resolved any differences?
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Eikenberry.
Yes, Your Honor, I believe so, and like to go forward with the first issue that you brought up regarding the child support. And as Ms. Agnew stated, she is in a very bad financial place right now, and it's chiefly due to Mr. Agnew not making any child support payments for a very long time. I think we're talking about probably 13 months worth where no payment at all has been.
No payment at all. Nobody can accuse NPC of that. Absolutely not, my friend. Thank you so much. Oh, where's the DVD? just as a preview, this weekend coming up for our members only, which we do usually on Sundays. Give me a little wiggle room, folks. But wiggle. But anyways, we're gonna watch a DVD of an Axe body spray. We don't really know. We're going to watch it together. It's exciting. So thank you and welcome to the new members. Also, Streamlabs, you're going to have to see me later. Are you drunk? What the heck was that?
Receive for the support of the children. And as she stated earlier, she's going to be able to begin working next week. So her situation will be helped a little bit by that, but primarily we need to ask the court to order Mr. Agnew to make a payment, whether there's an income withholding order in place or not. And as related to that portion of it, I had been notified that I was being terminated as counsel before the process could even begin for that. I did send a child support worksheet to my client, but she lost access to her email after the move. And then the next thing was her letter terminating me. So we are willing to.
Lost access to her email? As in she can't access Google or whatever ostensibly in Bulgaria? Or was it like a early email? Like, remember, like, well, I don't know if you guys, but like one of the internet companies around here is called Shaw. So people have emails like badscooter@shaw.ca. Now, that's hopefully not Bad Scooter's email address. Anyways, and back in the day, that used to be more secure because you were paying the bill. So ostensibly you were, it was a verified email in a sense. So I remember some places would be like, oh, we don't accept Hotmail. We don't accept Gmail. We only accept like real email addresses. And because you only got so many with your internet plan. Oh, how the tables have turned. Yeah, maybe she's like trying not to get caught into a lie, like, oh, in Bulgaria it's illegal to access this. Oh, and thank you, Bad Scooter.
To go forward with me representing her with the promise that she will begin making payments toward my outstanding bill after she reviews it again. But we are certainly not, I'm certainly not ready to argue any of the outstanding issues today. As the court said last time, I was not ordered to prepare or do anything, but that I would remain in the case until the next hearing. And here we are, Judge. So that would be our request now for the court to make an order that Mr. Agnew send a payment to the Kansas Payment Center. And I would suggest $1,500 within a week. And that would cover the current support due for the month of April and would begin working toward his arrearage, which is going to be in excess of $10,000. I believe it was $8,000 when we had the trial on this.
Mr. Agnew.
Yes, Your Honor. I put in the motion to compel the income withholding order. Ms. Agnew had made it very clear that Mr. Eckenberry already had the completed order done. Honestly, if that's the case, if we have it done, then as soon as I get it, which should be today, if he's got it and it's compelled, then I can have that turned in and payments start coming out as soon as next week, because that's my next paycheck. I've got my entire payroll department already aware of the situation, ready to go and get it done and taken care of. I can make a payment. I can't make a $1,500 payment right now. I don't have that kind of cash laying around. I just don't. So I can make the standard payment that would have been due last week at this point, and I can make that. That's not a problem. But again, this is all in regards to the fact that the IWO hasn't been submitted.
But you know that you still owe your child support, bro. Just because the IWO, the income withholding order, doesn't, that can take months to take effect. That doesn't mean you don't have to pay child support, bro. And remember, however we feel about it, she was given permission to move to fucking Bulgaria. So he still has to pay child support regardless of if she's in the country or not. Like, it's they're not connected. Although I sort of made it seem like they were in the thumbnail. I'm a terrible person. But you know, just like visitation isn't connected to child support, that's not. So I think that it is interesting because he would be in such better standing to compel her, or to have, he's trying to show contempt, I guess, for her not sending the, or I don't even know. I'm not even gonna guess because I don't fucking know. But he filed a contempt motion. If he was in good standing with his child support, that motion would be received so much better. That's all I'm saying. That if he had an attorney, that attorney would tell him to pay his child support.
I've been waiting simply to make sure that the correct stuff was being pulled out the correct way at the correct time. And as I've mentioned before, and I'm going to maintain it with the understanding that it's not the way that you would do it, Your Honor, but it's important to me to make sure things are being done correctly and timely. And as I've made arguments in the past, none of this is stuff that I have any control over. I'm just simply the one making.
Mr. Agnew, I need to cut you off. One, I've got another hearing starting in a few minutes. Two, the allegation is you have not made a child support payment in a year. With or without an income withholding order, your obligation is to make your payment every month. You can make that payment without an income withholding order. And that's your obligation. Have you not paid in a year?
If that's what the record shows, but again, if we go back to what was said at trial, I thought that everything was being paid and taken care of because I was receiving nothing different than that. And so once I found out
Mr. Agnew, it is your responsibility to make sure your child support is being paid. You check your pay stub, you can see whether they're withholding money or not. You need to make a substantial payment. Okay. Now, Miss Ivy has filed a motion pro se that Mr. Eikenberry will need to review with her, and we'll need to set a hearing. So, Jess, we need to set up a hearing, hopefully in about 10 days to 2 weeks, because we have some significant issues to deal with. You better give us about 90 minutes.
Your Honor, that motion also needs to be sealed. It's got the children's names in it.
Judge, on the 28th, you could start at 10 a.m.
Mr. Eikenberry?
My calendar's open that day, Your Honor.
Mr. Agnew, April 28th at 10 a.m.
I can make that, Your Honor.
Okay, Miss Agnew.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, Jess, set us down for 90 minutes on April 28th, 10 a.m.
I already got it in my calendar,
In
baby.
the meantime, Mr. Agnew, you need to get a substantial payment in. Okay?
Understood, Your Honor.
It is not an acceptable excuse to say I was waiting for the other side to do an income withholding order. It's your obligation to pay your child support. So get a payment in ASAP. Okay,
Yes, Your Honor.
we'll deal with these other issues then on April 28th. And Mr. Eikenberry, if you could review that pro se motion with your client and at least send a notice to Mr. Agnew and the court as to whether any of it or all of it you're going to wish to proceed with on the 28th.
Do that, Your Honor.
Okay? And Mr. Eikenberry, if you would do a journal entry from today.
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Judge. Should we watch the next case that the judge had to deal with? Also, you guys, many of you know that I have an addiction to buying notepads. Oh, some of you might experience this too. You walk in the dollar store and a notepad calls to you from the little rack. It might be soft. It might be the perfect size. It might have sparkles on it. And you buy it. You think to yourself, this is going to be it. I'm gonna be organized this time. But it continues to just stack up with all the other notebooks. Anyways, so I've decided I'm not gonna buy any new notebooks, long story short. I'm just going to shop from within my existing stash of notebooks at my house. And so today, to give myself a dopamine boost, I went and I picked out this beauty. It is a Simply Beautiful notepad that I had. It was brand new in the wrapper still. And in fact, all the notepad days have little different color coding. It's very, very cute. I'm very excited. And I just wanted to let you guys know that before we move on to the next thing. That's just something you should know about me, okay? That's what I'm feeling. Next, oh yeah, we were going to watch what the judge did next, right? I think, which was in the downloads. Not the documents, but the downloads. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, look at his face. It's going to jump scare you. Oh, I have binders and papers aplenty. I've got post-its and what's-its galore. You want notepad paper? I've got plenty. No big deal. I want more. That's the problem. I've recently just found an entire sort of like File-A-Dex folder full of notes, notepad paper. Little cute thank you cards. So much stationery.
Hi, Judge. Sorry, I'm just looking for a place to pull over, but I was just telling Mr. Cunningham, I don't believe, we've signed the paper. My client signed the paperwork, so hopefully we're I just need to sign it myself and circulate, and we'll hopefully be in a good position now. So.
Have you found a place to pull over?
I'm along the highway. I'm trying to phone right now. So.
Is Aaron in the car beside him, by the way? I feel like he is. Also, I have to give myself props. I don't buy those things anymore, notepads for the most part. but I did used to. And my daughter, I remember one time we were going through a dollar store and I was looking at them. She was like, "You have so many notepads." And I was like, "No, I don't." And then we came home and we counted them with those stacked. And they stacked and stacked and stacked. I'm looking at least six, seven. If I looked harder, I could see probably 15 notebooks in sight in my studio. Oh, I didn't even count the 2, 3 literally right here. I'm surrounded by notepads. Judge, hurry up. I have some actually really nice notepads on there. I even was gonna treat myself to one for my birthday, but I didn't. Because all my hours got cut at work. So I was like, okay, never mind. A lighter around all that paper, I know. Okay, Judge, are we really waiting for this guy to drive? Because I have other court that we could be watching.
No, I don't.
Like, what in the fuck is happening here? Trapper keepers? What are those? Is that, like... what?
All right. Thank you. Sorry about all that. Finally found a place to actually park.
No, I don't want to be the cause of anyone driving distracted.
I appreciate that, Judge.
Okay. This is in the District Court of Ellis County, Kansas. We have 3 cases, 23 TR 1243, 24 CR 309, 24 CR 352, all 3 captioned State of Kansas versus Stacy Francis Stramel. May I have an announcement of appearances, please?
It please the court. The state appears by Aaron J. Cunningham, Ellis County attorney in all 3 cases.
Hey, please, the court, Mike Page here on behalf of Ms. Stramel on all 3 cases.
We had gotten together on March 31st. The parties thought they were close to a resolution in this matter. Where are we at, Mr. Cunningham?
Your Honor, it's my understanding, and speaking with Mr. Page, that the defendant has signed the paperwork that we're proposing to resolve this case, the plea agreement, and then the journal entry of plea and sentencing. It's my understanding that's on its way back to Mr. Page to be signed by him and then sent to me for final signature and filing.
Mr. Page.
Judge, that's correct.
Hold on. I want to make sure that does it link to the new Amazon wish list? Because if it doesn't, I'm going to put the new Amazon wish list in the chat. And then if you could make a command to link it. My beautiful Miss Cellulite Yoga Pants. I'm grabbing the link right now. Selfish. I'm a selfish bitch. But it's because the old list won't work at all for some reason. Why? Shared. Yeah, shared. Invite. View. Sorry, guys. You can only view things. I'm not gonna open... Maybe I'll open one up where you could add things. Huh. That's a thought. Anyways, here, let me put this in here. That's the Amazon wish list for 2025. Yeah, I saw that, Bill. That's why I think the new one hopefully should work. I don't know. The last thing I put on this wish list was a Bubba mug, a new one, and some Scrub Daddy stuff, some cookbooks. Oh, I go through phases. You can see the phases that I go through by what I put on there. Oh my lord. Anyways, that's all for another day. Thank you guys for indulging me. It's fun to just look at, by the way. Anyways, I like looking at what other people like. Anyways, and also congrats Twitchy Skitch. I'm so glad to hear that. That's going to be so exciting. And purple, fucking awesome.
She did send it to me. I just need to print it out and sign it. I can do that once I get back to the office today and get that to Mr. Cunningham and hopefully resolve all issues.
Any issues on bond, Miss Arias?
None at all, Your Honor.
Okay. Okay, bond will continue until such time as the orders are filed. And let's get those submitted to the court. Mr. Cunningham, I'm going to have you track this. If you don't have paperwork in the next 10 days, schedule another hearing.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay? Otherwise, we should have this resolved then by journal entry.
Alright, so
Sounds
that
good.
was
Thank
a
you, Judge.
boring case.
Any,
He fucking cut off the other dude for this boring case. Oh well, Judge. I'm sorry that you had such a sad day. I downloaded it only because the guy's mustache face. That's so exciting. I'm glad to hear that. Okay, on to the next case. Different court, different state. Get with the program. Don't be late. We're off to Texas.
Yourself with an opening statement.
Yes, Judge Care Compass for the Office of the Attorney General. We're here on the state's motion to modify and confirm support arrearages, which was filed 5/26/2023. Since then, we've been here quite a few times, as you said, but there were temporary orders done February 12th, 2024. Then it was reset a few times. And then we did further temporary orders on 10/21/2024. We also filed an amended petition requesting unreimbursed medical expenses on behalf of Ms. Garcia. We were not able to get Dad served on that amended petition. So at this point, we're requesting to non-suit the amended petition, but just when we take judgments, make it clear that it does not include any claims for unreimbursed medical expenses, and so that we can refile that later on. But we are wanting, since we've been here so often, to get a final order today.
Okay, that sounds proper, and I would approve that. Okay.
Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and just go into testimony, and I'll call Emily Hasso as my first witness.
Okay.
Ms. Hasso, can you please state your name for the record?
Yes, ma'am. Emily Hasso,
Where are you employed?
the Office of the Attorney General,
And what is your title?
Child Support Officer 5, ma'am.
And how long have you been a child support officer?
5 years, ma'am.
Is it customary in your work to come across information regarding the wages of non-custodial parents?
Yes, ma'am, it is.
And have you come across such information in this case?
Yes, ma'am, I have.
What time frame does the information you have encompass?
I have at least 1 full quarter and then 2 partial quarters of wages, ma'am.
Okay. And were those, so the 2 partial quarters, were those different employers?
Yes, ma'am, they were.
Okay. The most recent employer, when did he start working there? Or at least what quarter did he start working there?
Based on the reported information, ma'am, it appears as though the non-custodial parent began working there in the 3rd quarter of 2024.
Okay. Is that one of the incomplete quarters that you stated you were looking at?
That is correct. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So what was the first full quarter that you had at that job?
Yes, ma'am. So the first full quarter would be for the 4th quarter of 2024.
And for that quarter, what do you get to be the gross average monthly resources for Mr. Acco?
Yes, ma'am. The gross monthly average resources based on the 4th quarter of 2024 would be $7,217 per month, ma'am.
I will pass the witness, Judge.
Okay. Well, first of all, Ms. Garcia, you have the right of cross-examination of any witnesses since you're here acting as your own representative. Do you have any questions for Ms. Hasso on the issue of Mr. Acco's income?
No, I'm just glad that somebody found that he was actually making more than what he was stating he was.
Okay, so you said, let me ask you just to double check. You did say it was 4th quarter. That's the full quarter. That's the latest reported quarter since, or maybe not.
That is the latest reported quarter, Judge. Yes.
Latest. So we're in mid-April. You haven't gotten the 1st quarter of 2025?
No, Judge, we have not.
No. Okay. And can you tell what kind of employment it is from just looking at your records?
Yes, I can. It appears as though it is beverage sales, Judge.
Okay. And you said you had 2 partial quarters. I heard about the 3rd one. Was the other one much further back or some more recently, or?
It was the 1st quarter of 2024, Judge.
Okay, so for reported wages, it skipped around, but the most recent one is a full quarter. And I guess you can tell because of the amount, or how can you tell it's a full quarter?
Certainly because of the amount, but additionally, it's the same employer for the third quarter of 2024 as the fourth quarter of 2024.
So that would lead you to believe he's now full-time there, and
That is
that's
correct, Judge.
okay, that helps me. Thank you.
Yes,
Ms.
Judge.
Campos, do you have any other questions for Ms. Hassel before I release her?
No other questions for Ms. Hassel.
Or Ms. Garcia?
No.
Then thank you, Ms. Hassel. You're excused.
Thank you, Your Honor.
And at this point, Judge, I am going to ask to admit State's Exhibit 1, which is the pay record in this case. I've already showed it to Ms. Garcia, but we are asking to take judgments as of the end of last month. And as of the end of last month, Mr. Acco owed $8,094.58 for the child support arrears, $500.71 for medical support arrears, and then $76.29 for dental support arrears.
And I think you sent me the pay record. I had it up and then it went away, so I'm trying to pull it back up again on my email for the court. Let me look at it real quick to double check. You don't need to screen share it. You just want me to, since I have it already.
Correct, Judge.
Yes, it is for the right parties and the right cost number. And let me look at it real quick. I'm scrolling down to the end. It's 7 pages long, and you did print it up today's date. And at the bottom, you went as of what date?
As of the end of last month, Judge, so 3/31/2025.
March
It was
31st.
the judgments we're going to be asking for $8,094.58 for child support arrears, $500.71 for medical support arrears, and then $76.29 for the dental support arrears.
Okay, I'm following all the way across, and I concur, and I will take judicial notice that the amounts requested are supported by the pay record.
Forgive me for being the idiot. Can you check and see if that changes the, if it works now? Just like, I think I, in fact, didn't have an address set up. I thought Amazon would know the address where they ship all the other stuff I buy. Jesus Christ.
I'm going to call Miss Garcia Acco as my next witness. Miss Garcia, can you please state your name for the record?
Ina Garcia Acco.
Are you currently carrying the health insurance for the 2 children in this case?
Yes.
Okay. In the prior temps, the cost that was stated was $792.08 for medical insurance and then $38.36 for dental insurance. Is that still what you're paying for those 2 insurances?
It is, let's see here, we're going into April. Can I look and see if our renewal is posted yet to see what the new premiums would be going up to?
Are you asking for a recess to do that?
No, if the renewal is already in place, I'll have access to it right now,
How do you
which would give me brand new numbers.
Do you recall what the start date would be for the new insurance? Or do you
I
know?
want to say it's either July or August 1st, and we get those anywhere 60 to 90 days ahead of time.
So it's not in effect right now, but it's for the future?
No.
Ms. Campos, you take a position on that?
Judge, I think I would prefer to go with the numbers that we have now, since those are the ones currently in effect, and since that's the information that we have going into it. But that's the position I take.
Yeah, I have the same opinion, Ms. Garcia. I take a snapshot in time when you're here, I don't do future things. Try not to do things.
So
but,
whenever we revisit the past medical expenses again, then would it be at that time that I
Streamlabs? Oh. Christopher! You made Streamlabs speechless because you are so sweet. Thank you for giving the gift of me. Oh, that's actually so sweet. Thank you, Christopher. It's so nice to see you. And you know what? Funny, we were just talking about Amazon and then Christopher appears. I love it. I hope you're well. So this lady, by the way, I'm gonna pay attention now. I'm not looking at my Amazon wish list. I will look it later. And Twitchy got a, oh yeah, you got a ride and a membership. Woo! Thanks, Christopher. Christopher Engleby. Woo!
Would be able to present the new numbers
I
for
would
the
tell,
renewal?
I would tell you have the right to ask the AG to look at it and see if they agree that it meets the requirements for modifying, because there are some requirements on how much, if it's minimal, they might not do it. If it's significant and meets the requirements of the law, they could do it. So I would tell you that they are going to work on the other part of it, I assume. And if you want a mod, you need to jump in as quick as you can. Are you
Okay.
not refiling right away, Ms. Campos, or are you the uninsured expenses part?
Judge, give that to someone else in my office and then they
Okay.
can determine. I know it takes a little bit to get those kinds
Yeah.
of things filed.
Yeah, usually it doesn't happen overnight. There's too many cases and
Right.
people. So you could by July have new numbers, and if they're in effect, you could ask for mod. But again, I don't work for them, so I can't guarantee you anything. So, but yeah, you can try.
Okay.
So you'll go forward with the witness?
Yes, Judge.
It
And
might
actually,
could,
is there
could take a minute, Bad Scooter, but I will work on it again later. I maybe didn't save it, but I'll do that when I get offline. So check back later. Tomorrow. I'll remind y'all tomorrow. We're going to be together for quite a while tomorrow, guys, just so you know. We are going to cover one of our long cases tomorrow. And I think it'll be a vote in the chat whether we go for which case. So, anyways, I'll remember by tomorrow. Don't you worry. You know what I'll do? I'll write it down in my notebook, baby.
anything else that you'd like to tell Judge? Are you still okay? So let me just ask, the 9% of 7,217, which Ms. Hasso testified is his gross current monthly wages, is $650 a month. Are you okay if he reimburses you for $650 a month for the medical?
That doesn't include what needs to be reviewed from 2021 to.
For current medical support, he would be ordered, or we would request that he be ordered to reimburse you the max that the law allows him to be ordered to pay, which is
Yeah.
$650 a month. Are you
Okay,
okay
that's
with
fine.
continuing?
That's fine.
Okay.
Would
is
that
there
be, he has no other children, Ms. Campos? Because I think
Yeah,
again,
these are the only kids that he has.
okay.
In the prior order, Judge, the findings did not include any other children.
Yeah, because it might be a different picture if you had other kids and other responsibilities. So, okay.
Is there anything, Ms. Garcia, is there anything else you think Judge should know about when making these decisions?
No, I'm just ready for this to be done and over with.
Okay. I'll pass the witness, Judge.
Well, be careful what you ask for, because, it might not be over, just so you're aware. I'm not yet, but if he shows up late and I've already ruled, then I'm not going to see him. He'd have the right of appeal, so it may not be over if he chooses to appeal this because he didn't make it on time or for whatever reason he might have. Whether it gets appealed or not, I have no idea, but it could be reopened in one of several ways. So just be forewarned, but the state will tell you if they know about it, they'll tell you. Okay, so I got information on the judgments, and you're going to do some math for me, Ms. Campos, in your closing?
Yes, I am, Judge.
Okay.
I'm ready to do that whenever you're ready for me.
Ready?
Okay, Judge. So we're requesting that his income be considered based off of Ms. Hasso's testimony at $7,217 a month. We're requesting that since Ms. Akko's insurance exceeds his 9%, we're asking that he be ordered to pay up to the 9%, which would be $650 a month. We're also requesting that, so dental was found to be $38.36 in the prior order, so that does fall under his 1.5% for dental. So we request that dental support be at $38 a month. We're requesting that current child support be set at $1,272 a month. This is the 25% of the 7,002 or his net resources. And then the step down will be $1,017 a month.
Give
We're
me
request- Mhm.
give me the adjusted net with the credits for taxes, insurance, and the one you applied the 25% to. What's the
Yes, Judge, $5,088 even.
Okay, thank you. So it's from 1272 to 1017, and the start date you're requesting?
Is May 1st, 2025.
Okay.
And then on the judgments, we're requesting the judgments as stated as of the end of last month. We're requesting a payment of $91 a month on the child support arrears with a step up to $346 a month based off of when the oldest child ages out. We're requesting a payment of $55 a month on the medical support arrears, and then requesting a payment of $25 a month on the dental support arrears. And we are requesting court costs at this time, Judge. And then we're just requesting that it be final order and the state rests.
Okay, Ms. Garcia, did you hear anything that you did not agree with?
No, it's,
You agree with?
I'm fine. I'm fine with everything.
Tell me how old your kids are again. I don't remember from last time.
Aviana just turned 16, and then Kanani is 18, but will graduate May 27th.
So it'll step down pretty quick for June, I guess. That's what I'm hearing.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so you still have a couple of years with some of this, and it's going down to the 1017 from the 1272. You don't have any clue why Mr. Akko's not here today?
I will tell you this much, he has not spoken to the girls since Thanksgiving. He called Aviana on her birthday, which was actually not even her birthday date, to tell her happy birthday and what is your Cash App, and I will send you some money for your birthday, which was never seen.
Okay, but as far as today's court date, you don't know why he would not be here?
No clue.
Okay. Anything else you want to say for the record, Ms. Garcia?
No.
Okay, then having heard the evidence, I will.
And Judge, I'm so sorry to interrupt. The one thing that I forgot to address was the non-disclosure of Ms. Garcia's contact information. Apologies on that. So if I could just ask her just a couple more questions on that.
I'll let you reopen, yes.
Okay. Ms. Garcia, are there any safety concerns with Mr. Akko having your contact information, including your address, telephone number, and email address?
He does have all of that information. I will make the statement that Kanani has mentioned to me where she is worried that with all of these changes and whatnot, she's afraid of him just showing up to the house and doing physical harm to me. I don't think I would see him doing that, but that is a concern that she does have. We have 2 dogs in the house, so I'm not, the girls haven't seen him since he moved, and that's been years. So I don't know, to be honest with you, but with him getting this increase and whatnot, who knows how he could react. I don't know.
Have there been any family violence issues between the two of you in the past?
That was part of the reasoning, the mental, the verbal, and physical abuse. The reason for the divorce, yes.
Okay. And can you remind the court of when you were divorced?
Oh my God, that was 2021, I believe May of 2021. It was right before Alana went into cancer. So that was July. So yeah, 2021.
Okay. And you said that there was some physical abuse, and I understand that this is a very sensitive topic. Do you mind telling the court just a little bit about what you meant by that?
Well, before you do that, or I have you do that.
Yeah.
Did the divorce contain a non-disclosure finding, Ms. Garcia?
No. No, because the house that I bought, he lived in for a couple of months, so he knows where I live.
You're
Phone number wise,
Are you still
you
in
know,
the same
I'll-
house?
yes.
Okay, and then at any point in the temporary orders, even because they've been lasting, we never
I'm sorry,
addressed
what was that?
during the temporary orders that have lasted for a while and with further temporary orders, or this case has lingered for some reason. Did we ever talk about it or enter one at any temporary orders?
No, it was never brought up because it was mainly the support of the kids that we were dealing with. It was never brought up about the,
Has
you
there-
know, the reasoning for the divorce.
But has he done anything during I guess, is it 2 years that this case has been going on? Anything that was a threat or a harm or that you would have reported?
Between the yelling and screaming on the phone and the verbal, abuse, that's pretty much it. Like I said, we haven't seen him in years.
I'd like to protect everybody, but it's not a matter of convenience or Ms.
Right.
Do you have any other argument on that issue? Ms. Campos? On the non-disclosure, is there something I'm not seeing or anything else you want to bring up that I should consider?
No, Judge, I just wanted to ask Ms. Garcia if she felt comfortable sharing her address with Mr. Akko, but ultimately it's up to you. We reserved that issue for this setting. We did order communication via app close in the first temporary order, though.
Which I have used that. I've sent a couple of things, to that receipt wise and stuff along that line. I'm just at the point right now where if I ask him for money to pay for his 50%, I know I'm not going to get it. This is already going to have to go into another court proceeding, so it's,
Yeah.
Aviana now wears contacts, which that cost, among supplies and whatnot. So there's stuff that accumulate, but I don't ask them for anything because I'm not going to get it.
Okay, well, we're talking about that non-disclosure issue, and I know you'd be comfortable with it, but that's not the standard that I have to apply. And I would tell you whether I do it or not, and I don't think I have the grounds to do it from what I've heard, is that this isn't the only thing that can protect you either.
Yeah.
You're still in the house, he still knows where you are, it doesn't matter.
Right.
Whatever. So there's authorities, there's places you can call, things you can do, all sorts of stuff you can, hopefully resources close by that you can take advantage of. And you have the knowledge that he's thousands of miles away, or I don't know how far Hawaii.
Right.
But I don't feel comfortable granting it because I don't think I've heard evidence to overcome the burden. So anything else on that issue, Ms. Campos?
No, Judge, just ask the court to make an appropriate determination and we rest.
Or anything else, Ms. Garcia?
No, that's pretty much it.
Okay, then let me go back to where I was going to start, which is it's now 12:55, so he's had 55 minutes to show up. I have no idea what happened. I would have bet money if I was a betting woman that he would be here because he's been here every other time. And he wanted to have his day in court and I remember it was going to be an issue of underemployment for his lifestyle change to Hawaii. However,
Well, I'm sure you had ordered that his taxes be filed and then show 2 years, and I'm almost positive none of that happened.
Well, he went to work and has an income through a reported source, so that's the blessing in all this thing. So what I'll do is I will grant the default at this late hour against Mr. Akko, render the order, and grant the request except for the non-disclosure. So without repeating it, I'll grant all the judgments with the payout amounts and the modification with the start dates and the rollovers and the step downs. I think that was pretty clear, but no non-disclosure. Court costs, I'll grant that. He's a working man now. He needs to pay him. We usually give him a year so he can spread it out. So that would be April 17th of 2026. Court costs against Mr. Akko. And you'll make all the findings which are required anyway, but the ones we talked about on the record for his income adjusted and gross.
Yes, Judge.
And is there anything else, Ms. Campos?
That's it, Judge.
Anything else you can think of we've left out, Ms. Garcia, or anything you want for the record?
No, that's it for right now.
Okay, I guess the state is now noticed that the oldest one's gonna graduate in May, so I guess y'all normally stop support or do the step down with or without her request, Ms. Campos, just so she's aware.
Correct, Judge. Yeah,
Yeah.
and the step down amount is, as I said, which is going to be that $1,017. And I'll include all of that in the order, including the step up amounts for the payments on the arrears.
Yeah, usually the way it works, they do it automatically because that's what the law is, unless you go in and prove otherwise. If the child, for some reason, some crazy reason, she didn't graduate, which is too late to not graduate, I assume. So yeah,
I
if
know
it's like
she's gone through a lot of challenges and she's made it, so
so it's going to be a good day.
now it is.
Well, then the default will be granted. I render the order. It's my order. However, the state's going to draft it, send it to you by email. It may come out as early as this afternoon or before 5, Ms. Campos, you think?
I'm hoping by today, Judge.
Yeah, so start looking this late afternoon or by 5 if you have better things to do. And then once you see it, it goes quick. I give them a week to get it turned in to me. However, they send you the courtesy copy. They ask you to review it and sign it electronically. If you don't respond and you don't sign it, that's when a week from today, they'll turn it in without your signature. You sign it, it comes in quicker. But do check if you see any errors or misspellings or anything of concern, you call the state to resolve them or just sign it. And if you okay, if you don't, I'll sign it without you. Then if there's nothing further, that'll conclude this hearing. I'll ask Ms. Garcia to end the meeting by clicking the end meeting buttons and leave. And then I'll stop my recordings. Thank you. Yeah.
Where is that? Oh, there we go. Thank you.
Thank you. Good luck to you and your kids.
Thank you and good luck to you and your kids too. She does have a resting bitch face. I know what that's like. Sometimes I remind myself, smile. Guys, I've put in over an hour. I appreciate you guys being here. Oh, look at that. Christopher. Streamlabs. Christopher sent a very generous $5 super chat. Says, KCC, are you a 45-degree angle? Because you're a cutie. And I managed to say it before you said anything about it. It's terrible behavior, Streamlabs. See me after the show, please. Thank you, Christopher Angleby. And thank you, everybody, as well. No, seriously, thank you guys so much for being here. I actually have a lot of work to do. I can't overcommit. So I'm just going to ride the wave, go do some work. Look for it tomorrow. I love you guys so much. I've got an Amazon wishlist reminder here. I'm going to check that out in a minute. Thank you guys so much for being here. It means the world to me. But if you could do me a favor and remember that I love you and I'm proud of you, and I'll see you in the next video. Okay, bye.
Ways down and ready to ride.